Good evening, everyone, and thank you for tuning into my presentation. I would like to start off by introducing you to a musician. If you haven't already heard of her, her name is Melody Gardot. And specifically, she sings this song that I wanted to talk about tonight. It is called Some Lessons Are Learned the Hard Way. I know it doesn't sound very inspirational, but stick with me, we'll get there. Now, the opening lyrics to this song, and I'll make sure that I put a link in the bio so you can check it out later, the full version. The opening is 4 lines, and it says, well, I'm buckled up inside. It's a miracle that I'm alive. I do not think I could survive on bread and wine alone. I know it sounds even more depressing. So one morning I was not feeling well and I was curled up in bed. I love music, so I put on my headphones to try and calm down, and I have very specific playlists that I listen to. And randomly, this song came on. Randomly, okay? And there's this saying out there that there are no coincidences, which I think is kind of a cliche statement, but I'm a firm believer in that now. Why? Because there are no coincidences. And let's talk about some of these hard lessons that were not coincidences. Before we talk about those lessons, let's, if you will, consider that we all, humanity, is here on this earth plane to learn. And I know some of you have already heard that. You're here to learn, do. Well, what does that mean? Of course we're here to learn. Is that supposed to be the meaning of life? Yes. You are here to learn and advance to the next level, and to the next level, and to the next level, until, actually, sometimes you advance to parallel levels, and that's wonderful as well. But this happens, this advancement, until the final graduation. And I know some of you are fearful of that final graduation. That is for a different video. Now, I don't need to go through all this list of hardships. Let's just assume that my entire audience has been through a major hardship, if not many. With that saying being, there are no coincidences. Everything happens for a reason. Everything happens in divine order. And I know that sounds very spiritual, but I'm a very spiritual person. I talk about spirit a lot. And spirit, I'm going to tell you something that might be hard to swallow. And this is okay, because I want you to sit with it. I am actually not here to inspire you. I am here to provide you with knowledge and tools where you can inspire yourself, okay? In thinking about all those lessons that we've gone through in life, where we feel, think about that line from the 4th part, I cannot survive on bread and wine alone. So to me, what that means is I cannot do this alone. I cannot do this in solitude. I cannot do this when nobody understands me. I cannot do this when I feel like the weight of the world is on my shoulders, and I cannot do this when I don't understand why this is happening. You know that analogy, and I know you know this because we watched it in a video about getting ridden. And don't think nasty, think ridden the hard way. Oh, okay, don't think nasty. Being given life situations that are difficult to go through. Think for a moment that these things are not happening to you, they're happening for you. Yes, the worst of the worst is happening for you. Why? To get you to that next level. How does going through something terrible get me to the next level? Well, while you're in it, you may not see it, but in a few years, you're going to understand why you went through that and how you are the person you are today. And it wouldn't have happened unless you had gone through that. You wouldn't have advanced to another level as a new person, thinking new, wonderful ways, being able to look at situations in more positive ways than negative. You are not a victim, and I know it can feel like a victim when you're going through stuff, but Spirit cares about you, because the more you get dumped in your lap, the more He wants you to evolve. And that's all I'm going to say. You all have the power. Boom.